Hello and welcome to the March 2015 MTFR update. I'd like to start with some personnel notes again this month. At Station 207, Amber Miller has moved back into the live-in program and filled the empty bed, so welcome back. At Station 201, we'd like to welcome a new duty crew member. Jerry Troop comes to us from the Pioneer Fire Company in Ephrata and is again riding as a new duty crew member at Station 201, so we'd like to welcome him aboard as well. While we're speaking about personnel, we've been able to complete the volunteer application process by converting that over from the 3-ring binder to the USB drive that we spoke about a few months ago. This project is now complete. The USB drives have been delivered, are in service, and Kelly, our administrative assistant, is already sending these out to potential applicants. We've mailed about 14 of these already. They just came in last week, and those were folks who have applied in the last 4 to 6 weeks. So this new system is in place and is operational. We thank those folks that gave us some input on what needed to be on here, and again, that project is finished and they are up and running. While we're talking about staffing, I'd like to review some incentive projects that are coming up again for 2015. Our yearly trip to Hershey Park for the volunteers is scheduled for Saturday, June the 13th. Our administrative assistant, Kelly, is working on that project. Everything has been contracted with Hershey Park. It'll be the same process in years past. She'll have some sign-up sheets out in the next couple weeks, so please look for those. Again, that is a thank you to you, the volunteers that are doing such a great job for us here, and we'd like to reward you with that day for you and your family at Hershey Park. So look for that information coming up. Also, again, this year we are going to be running the incentive bus trip program. Last year in 2014, we came up with a set of parameters where if a volunteer met certain benchmarks and certain criteria, at the end of the year in November of last year, we provided a full-day bus trip to a location as a thank you for those volunteers that stepped up, did what was asked of them, and actually went above and beyond. We've made a decision, since that was a successful project in 2014, that we will repeat that process again this year. So in the next couple weeks, information will come out that will again list those parameters, which will include attendance at some required training events, attendance at a certain number of public education events, and some other special projects that will be coming up, and we will look for attendance or participation in those events between April and October of this year. There will be a predetermined date for the bus trip, and again, it'll be a surprise. So we will put out that date in November. So again, if you are able to qualify and complete all the tasks that we ask of you, you will get a seat on the bus for that trip in November. So look for that information coming out in the next few weeks. Apparatus maintenance issues for this month. While we have no outstanding issues with the fleet itself, the fleet mechanic is doing his job and everything is in a proper working condition this month, we do again have a request to make. We've gone over this numerous times and it is really becoming a large issue for us. We need to receive appropriate and proper notification when there is a fleet or equipment issue. We are unable to schedule the mechanic for the fleet or send portable equipment out to be repaired, obviously, if we don't know about it. Again, that is becoming a pretty big issue of not receiving appropriate notification. We have in place the email address of mtfrfleet@manheimtownship.org. If anybody in our system, whether a driver, operator, or not, notices an issue with a piece of fire apparatus, we need an email at that email address so that we can go through our appropriate procedures of notification of the fleet mechanic, scheduling an outside vendor if it's an issue our mechanic cannot handle, ordering of parts, and so on, so that we can track that repair from start to finish. But again, we need to know about it. When we talk about portable equipment, most of the portable equipment here is owned by the Relief Association. They're investing their funds to buy the best possible equipment for you to do your job safely. We need to ensure that their investment in portable equipment is kept up to date, the equipment is serviced, and the equipment is ready to go. So, any issue with portable equipment, the email address of mtfrequipment@manheimtownship.org must be used to send us an appropriate notification that there's an issue with portable equipment. So again, those two email addresses are critically important to provide appropriate, timely, and proper notification. Please be aware of those, and let's please make sure that we're using those.
I just want to take a minute to touch on some training items. The first is just a reminder that each week I send out the weekly update, and there's some skills and drills you can try just to keep us all sharp on the basics each week. In addition, you can check out the Monday night training schedule to find out what that week and the upcoming week's Monday night training topic schedule is for here in the township. In addition, you can check out the upcoming training events. And one of those that I'd like to highlight is the 1006 Core and 1006 Vehicle Machinery 1 and 2 class and testing that we're going to be hosting here at MTFR. That begins in April, so let me know as soon as possible if you are interested in one or both of those classes. In addition, on the weekly training update, you can check out the drill of the week. And for this week, it was radios. The new Motorola portables are in. They're fully programmed, they're ready for the new system, and they also have a zone in them for the old system. So what we're going to do is we're going to transition, we're going to use these portables on the 4 blue engines on the old radio system. That way when county is ready to go live with the full system, we're ready to go. Our people have already used the portables. So in order to do that, make sure you attend a Phase 2 radio training. So far, there have been 5 different opportunities to attend Phase 2 radio training, and we'll have a few more opportunities next week to do that. So make sure you attend one of those so you're ready to go on the new radio system when it does go live. If you're unable to make any of those training sessions, just let me know, and I'll find a time that accommodates you to sit down and go over the radios.
This month we have a few pre-fire survey notes for you. On Petersburg Road, just west of Weaver Road, you'll notice a new residential street being constructed. This will be a 1-block subdivision. It will travel in off of Petersburg Road to a cul-de-sac. There will be 12 to 14 residential properties. As soon as we have a drawing of that and a street name for that, we'll put that information out to you, but that project is now underway. Also in the 207 local, some new 3-story apartment buildings are ready for occupancy on the Landis Homes South Campus property. So again, that is over the interior bridge over the creek on the south side of the campus. These are identical buildings to what were built and occupied about 2 years ago. So we're going to have an increased occupant load on that South Campus project. So look for those. Occupancy is expected there within the next couple weeks. Final note for this month on pre-fire survey, we are updating our box alarm system. You can see behind me we've been working on that. So there will be some consolidation of box alarm areas and some slight changes to some things based on staffing and staffing of our mutual aid partners. Those changes will be in effect hopefully by the end of April. As we close this month, I just want to make a comment to our staff and a reminder on being cognizant of how we treat each other. In our business here, we obviously have internal stakeholders and external stakeholders. Those external stakeholders are the folks that we go out and serve here in the community, and overall our staff does an excellent job when interacting with the public. Today I'm a little bit concerned about our internal stakeholders. Everyone in our organization, from a junior firefighter to an auxiliary person and everyone in between, regardless of volunteer status, career status, is entitled to their personal beliefs and opinions. What I would simply like to state today is we've started to see some instances where those personal beliefs and opinions are being forced on others in some of our individual stations in certain circumstances. Again, while everyone is certainly entitled to their opinion and their beliefs, I would just caution that when we get to a point in time where a personal interaction between 2 of our staff members results in someone's personal beliefs or opinions being over the top and being forced on others, and an uncomfortable situation is being created, we would like to try and stay away from that at all costs. Everyone here is a valuable member, again, whether volunteer or career, and we do not want to create an environment where people do not feel like they are welcome or they cannot function in this environment because they're going to be looked upon by others in a poor light. I certainly do not want to get to a point where we are going to have to interact with any of our staff members and revert to our harassment SOP. That is not the goal here. We would like everyone to be able to work together. Again, your personal beliefs and opinions are yours. You are entitled to hold whatever you wish to hold, but please be aware of how you approach those beliefs and opinions when dealing with other people in our organization. Thanks a lot. Again, we appreciate everything that everyone here does in the Manheim Township Fire Rescue System. Stay safe, and we'll see you next month.